Hello, this is a help video for Problem Solve 3, which covers Chapter 5 and 6. And this help video is looking through steps 5 and 6, which is to create the query charges, the query called qryCharges. So I'm going to start by reading what and trying to analyze what it's asking for. So I'm going to read through step 5. It says, using the data in table reservations and table room charges, use that to create a query that lists all of the reservations, the guest room service, and restaurant charges, and calculates a mandatory gratuity. The query results should display reservation ID, check-in date, charge category, charge amount, and a new calculated field named gratuity, and it should be in the order that it's listed. Gratuity should be calculated using the charge amount field and a gratuity of 18%. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to create a new query in query design. We're going to bring reservations and total room charges down. Then we're going to look at the fields that they want. So reservation ID, boom, check-in date, charge category, charge amount. So those are just bringing down from the tables that we have. Now we need to create a calculated field. And remember, you begin a calculated field by going to the first empty column, and I right-click and zoom. So the field is going to be named gratuity. So we put gratuity, colon, left of the colon, name, right of the colon, formula. So then we're going to type gratuity, colon, and then what does it say? It says should be calculated using the charge amount field. So I'm going to find where charge amount is, look at how it's written, repeat it down here in square brackets, charge amount, times, and it's an 18%, so we know 18% is 0.18. So all we're doing is times 0.18, and that's it for that, right? So now that will have all the fields, including the calculated ones. So step 5 is done, right? So we got that piece done. So now let's look at step 6. Using the in operator. So the in operator is one of those conditional operators, so we know that's down in the criteria row. So this is putting all your fields in and getting what information you want. Step 6 is limiting what rows we want, right? So step 5 is putting the columns or pieces of information. Step 6 is limiting what rows or records are returned by our query. So we're going to use the in conditional operator, and it's going to be Indigo 5, Terracotta Brew, Silver Moon Lounge, and Room Service. And it's in the charge category. So I come to my grid, I find the charge category field, I come down to the criteria row, and what I do is zoom there. And it says to use in, right? So I type in. We know that what's next to in has to be in parentheses. And all I do is whatever these are, I put them inside quotes and separate it by commas. So quote Indigo 5, quote, comma, quote Terracotta Brew, quote, comma, right? So all of them I separate. Gonna go ahead and close that. And did I miss a... Oh, nope, here. Sort in ascending order by check-in date. So there that is. So now if I run this, it's in order by check-in date. And if I look at this category, it's only showing me the locations that are relevant to these gratuity charges. Okay. One thing I forgot. I'm going to go back. Gratuity needs to be right here. I skipped this line, sorry. Format gratuity as currency. So down in your grid, we need to be in design view here. We're going to pull the property sheet up from the ribbon. You know, the other thing, guys, is you can right click and get to properties that way, right? So either way. Then we're going to select format, use the down arrow, and pick currency. It does not say anything about changing the number of decimal places, so we're going to leave that alone and run it. And then look, gratuity is in currency. So we're going to save that as qryCharges and close it. So we're done with steps 5 and 6. Next movie, we'll move on to the next, this query guess. All right, thank you.